What is up, guys? Welcome back to our second rendition of Commanders Caucus. A stream by me for the chat. I don't come in here with a script, even though you do tune into Bleed and B&G for the most raw, uncut, and unfiltered analysis on your Washington Commanders. I don't come in here with a script. It's a chat. It's a stream that's basically dictated by you guys. Like I said last week in our first rendition, this is a stream for you to vent. I don't feel the need to vent. Big 1-0 mood, as you saw, big 1-0 mood. Green Bay up next. I'm super excited. We got 1 day left, one more slumber left until we play the Green Bay Packers on Thursday Night Football in one of the most highly anticipated matchups of Week 2. I think it's the most important game in the Week 2 slate. And who would have thought that we'd be saying this about our Washington Commanders in 2025? About a Week 2 game. People talking about this is an NFC Championship game preview and things of that nature. And the one thing that I don't like is that people talking about Jay and Daniels and Jordan Love in the same ilk as if they're in the same tier. So I need my guy 5. I need him to show me why I'm out here looking at a fat head every morning when I get dressed. I need my guy 5 to put the world on notice again. I need him to have a big Detroit mood, big Tampa Bay mood, because the lights ain't never too big for my guy 5. What's up, Tyrone? How you doing, bro? Wait, thank you for joining us on the second rendition of Commanders Caucus. Yeah, let's talk about it. What are we talking about today? The Commanders just put belt to ass to the New York Giants, a game 21-6 that I honestly don't think was that close, even though a 2-score game, some people might call that a blowout. I think that game was too close for too long. But double-digit penalties would do that to you. And the offense began to stall out in the second half. I think looking forward to tomorrow's matchup with the Green Bay Packers, John Bates. If you saw a Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt highlight tape from this week, Bill, he put the NFL on notice. I think Bill has the capability. Bill got a chance to make NFL history, right? Bill has the chance of being the greatest 7th-round running back pick of all time. And I told people like, bro, Terrell Davis, Nah, Terrell Davis was a 6th-round pick. Bill legit has the chance of being the best 7th-round running back of all time. And I know that's huge aspirations I'm putting on the guy. But, I mean, he ain't battling but too much. It's like being the tallest midget in class, right? He ain't battling but too many names. He got to go against, like, Isaiah Pacheco. Like, whoop-de-doo. I can definitely see Bill surpassing Isaiah Pacheco at some point in his career. But I was talking about John Bates because if you saw if you saw a Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt highlight tape from this past weekend, you likely saw a John Bates highlight tape. John Bates was out there joint looking like prime John Johnson at the tight end position. Like, John Bates is a fucking stud. And I know some people in the fan base, the non-ball knowers, shout out to y'all though, because we need everybody in the fan base. Some people were questioning why we was giving John Bates so much money after we drafted Ben Sinnott. But John Bates has done nothing but show you his worth in the snaps that he's played from the Cincinnati Bengals preseason game to what he did last week. And I bring up John Bates because I need him glued to Josh Connolly's hip tomorrow because Micah Parsons is on some other shit. Bro. I don't know if he just got like the emotional release from being out of Dallas. He whipped Penei Sewell's ass last week. Go back and watch that game. And I'm out here to hype up players, even though y'all say I be glazing players because I watch the rest of the NFL. Micah Parsons, he looked different, bro. And then Micah Parsons has always been a stud. I don't know if it's the single digit. I don't know if it's the number 1. But y'all remember N1, like the street ball mixtape and the clothing brand? Micah Parsons looked like the N1 man in that Green Bay Packer uniform, bro. This shit is crazy. I think we got to lock in on that run game tomorrow to open up for the pass game. I agree, but that Green Bay Packers front 7 is fast as hell. That Green Bay Packers front seven is fast as hell, and I think we're going to have to beat them with a lot of disguises and complexities in our look. I forgot who said it. I think it was one of the guys from PFF, but they said when they were watching Bill's tape back that they noticed that we have probably the most complex run scheme in the entire NFL. And I agree. When you see the amount of traps, the amount of pulling linemen, go look back at the Debo touchdown. Like Luke McCaffrey had a seal block. You had Brandon Coleman and Laramie Tunsil pulling with Bill as another lead blocker. Like, we have a super sophisticated run scheme. And I think that's how we're going to have to beat them. Because the Green Bay Packers, I think they might have the fastest front seven in the entire NFL. I think they might have the fastest front seven in the entire NFL. Yeah, I definitely got to stand on it. What we talking about? What's your prediction for tomorrow's game? Since 2020, we became the streak breakers. I'm going to get to that later in the stream. I don't want Burry to lead too far. You know, y'all, we only 5 minutes in. But I will say this to keep you tuned in, to keep you on the edge of your seats. I think the spread is 3.5. I think we cover that. I definitely think we cover that at the least. And if you got, I know it's a lot of people that are new to gambling. Y'all got to understand the Green Bay Packers are really getting 3 points based off the fact that they are home. A home field advantage in the NFL. More cases than not, unless you were the Washington football team of 2021 or 2022, where fans took over your stadium. Most, gambling books and sports books and things of that nature, if teams are, comparable and things like that, they're just giving the home team 3 points based on the fact that they have the home field advantage. And for the Green Bay Packers, has the line moved? It was 3.5 when I looked earlier today. For them to only be a 3.5 point favorite against the Commanders tomorrow, after putting belt to ass to a lot of people would deem to be a contender in the Detroit Lions, I think we are getting our respect from Vegas, because not only did they put belt to ass to the Detroit Lions, but the Green Bay Packers also have one of the best home field advantages in the NFL. Like, who the fuck wants to sit on metal bleachers all day? You got to be some corn-fed Green Bay, Wisconsin, Bama to be wanting to sit on bleachers like you had a high school game. Y'all know I'm a season ticket holder for the Washington Commanders. I pay a pretty penny, and I'm not on here to toot my horn by any means, but I'll be damned if I was sitting on some metal bleachers if I'm paying damn near $2,000 for some goddamn tickets. Based on our RB group will need to help on Parsons. For sure. Expect a lot of chips. Expect it to be chippy tomorrow between Austin Eckler, between Bill. But hopefully Michael on a short week. They were talking about he had to get an epidermal before last game. Who the fuck plays like that after an epidermal, bro? Like, these NFL, they built different. They super built different. Who the fuck moves like that? He was whipping Penei Sewell ass. Like, Mike is just a different type of cat. And the day we get edge rusher of that caliber on this defense, I think we are sure to be a Super Bowl winner every year. To be 100% honest with you, we already got the quarterback. Now I need the guy to go get after the quarterback, but not to shade our front seven, because our front seven look like some goddamn hound dogs out there on Sunday. I was there. They was putting belt to ass to the New York Giants offensive line. And yeah, it's the New York Giants, but they still get paid too. Daron Payne talking about getting paid. He want that bread, bruh. Daron Payne want that bread, bruh. He playing like it's 2022. And a lot of people, y'all so sophisticated, y'all so educated in the Commanders community. And shout out to y'all. A lot of people talking about how Payne's doing this because it's his contract year. But it's not necessarily his contract year. He just doesn't necessarily have any guaranteed money on his contract if he does get released. But if Daron Payne keep playing like this, why the fuck would we release him? Daron Payne saw what they did to John Allen after a subpar year from John Allen last year, and he said, oh fuck, they not playing. And I think that he's playing like it. And I also think that he had to get away from John Allen. Y'all know I've alluded to it in the past, and I'm not here to be gossip girl or anything like that. And y'all know y'all be like, bro, what do you know? You're just a podcaster. I've heard since 2021 that after that altercation on the sideline, that definitely extended into the locker room, and it wasn't a pretty sight for either guy. But yeah, yeah. I don't even want to say too much. Because John's removed out there missing sacks from Caleb Williams, getting ran by Caleb Williams, and Daron Payne looking like he's entering his prime. So look like we might got a better end of that deal. And who to keep as the defensive line. That Alabama wall never necessarily lived up to the hype. I'll take the safe 6.5. We're gonna lose by a touchdown. If not, well, what's the odds on that? Big money? Now you got that Brandon span. I need me some plus odds. I need me some plus odds. I ain't mad at it though. I respect the safe bet always. I respect the safe bet. I'll put the 6.5 on the same game lay. I'll put the 6.5 on the same game parlay. If you just tuned it into the stream, welcome to our second rendition of Commanders Caucus, a stream made by me for the chat. So as I say that, the chat dominates this stream. You guys are literally dictating how this stream is going to go. I don't come in here with a script like I do for most of my episodes. So go ahead, infiltrate the chat. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, though, super chats do get priority. You do get pushed up to the front, even if you're the latest, most recent chat in here. But go ahead, infiltrate the chat, and let me know how we feeling. 1-0 after playing the New York Giants, putting belt to ass to them. And we got the Green Bay Packers tomorrow. The Washington Commanders play a football game tomorrow, bruh. Like, I was so tempted to call out of work on Friday, but I came in late Monday because of how Sunday went. So it's over for that. It's over for that for sure. But we definitely going. I think about doing a watch party stream. What y'all think? Y'all want to see a watch party stream tomorrow? I'm thinking about doing it for all the away games, but I love my little game day settings, like what I be doing for game day when we're not boots on the ground at Northwest Stadium for every home game. I thought so too. Vegas sees it, bro. Vegas sees it. Tyrone, I can tell you the experience better, bro. Vegas definitely sees it. Vegas definitely sees, and we're finally getting our respect, even if it's contrary to what some Washington Commanders fans believe. How do you think our secondary does tomorrow? I think that's what do we need to see. I think they're going to play well because if you've seen the reps that Marshawn Lattimore had against Malik Neighbors, who I don't think the Green Bay Packers has anybody of their capability of in the wide receiver room, even though they have a plethora of wide receivers. They ain't got no damn Malik Neighbors. And if you saw the reps that Marshawn had against Malik Neighbors, he was patient. He was marrying them at the line of scrimmage, and he was trusting his technique. And it felt like the Marshawn Lattimore 2019. Now, I know I'm probably not going to get that every game because he is an aging corner. And to me, he done lost a little aura. Like Marshawn balled on Sunday, but I don't think he played with the same swag he had in New Orleans. And I told you I get crazy about these things, bro. I was thinking about it a little too much, and I think it might be the baggy cutoff sleeves. Like that's some of the nastiest game day swag. Like you either gonna go tight cutoff sleeves or long and baggy. The baggy short sleeves, like nasty. I know Marshawn ain't learned that at the Ohio State University, bro. What I say, bro? What I say? I think our safeties are fucking demons. I think our safeties are. What I say, Ty? What I say, bro? I said something crazy. John Allen, not the way I think that helps him get it out of his shadow with all his freelancing. John Allen was Mr. Freelance himself. Y'all know I was the first one, and I'll stand on that. 3 years later, 2 years later, I was the first one in the base that was letting y'all know that Chase Young ain't want to be here. But I do think that Chase Young caught a lot of flack for people saying that he was, the freelance king. He did freelance at times, but John Allen freelanced just as much or even more than him. And I just felt like people refused to talk about it because he was in their fan base's good graces at the time. But we saw once Montez Sweat and Chase Young left, the freelancing continued. The fucking freelancing continued. So who was doing that at that point? It had to be Sir Jonathan Allen himself. It had to be. But really quickly, we gotta talk real quick. Let me pull it up. We gotta talk really quickly before we get back to the game. Y'all know this is a stream made by me for the chat, so I want y'all to infiltrate the chat for sure. But let me pull it up. Come on, StreamYard. Come on, stream y'all. I'm paying for that business Wi-Fi stream, y'all. Don't do me dirty. All right, back. Here we go. If it ever comes up, we gonna wait. So while we wait, let's. All right, there we go. What's up, bro? How you? How you? Thank you for tuning in to the second rendition of Commanders Caucus. I appreciate you taking your time out your Wednesday to come join us, to come talk about our Washington Commanders. I want to know Washington Commanders, but here we go. Finally, StreamYard. I'm gonna beat your ass, bro. I'm gonna beat your ass. Y'all let the CEO of StreamYard know I'm gonna beat his ass. But I done dropped a lot of content this week. You see, we done dropped the vlog. We dropped the Commanders Game Day vlog. We dropped our reaction video that's almost at 1K. And we dropped our game recap as we always do. For all my supporters, I need it. We on the way to 3K. I plan on pushing out more content. As you see, I done dropped 3 videos in 2 days. So go ahead and support the channel. Smash the like button on all 3 videos. Go ahead and watch the videos. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. The last reaction video before that one went for 25K. You know, I thought I was gonna bring back 25K, but the New York Giants fans, they ain't want to relive that highlight. They ain't want to relive that, so I ain't mad. I get it. I don't cut off half the fan base because they ain't want to see that ass whooping anymore. Or half the demographic or half the viewership. Yeah, for sure in LA. I'm taking the money line straight. There we go. I'm feeling the same way, Tay-Dog. You know you need to come out SoFi when we play the Chargers. When we play the Chargers, let me see if I can make that happen, Dubs. Let me see if I can make that happen. That's in like December, right? It might be sticky going to Madrid. Y'all know we boots on the ground in Madrid this year, if you didn't know. It might be sticky going to Madrid, but when they play. Because I know you done said that for a couple years, and I feel like I'm just standing you up at this point, my boy. No pause, because we've been locked in, because you're a day one supporter. Who surprised you the most through the offseason and week 1? Through the offseason, who surprised me the most in the offseason? Not necessarily surprised, made me more vindicated is Deebo Samuel. And he's not my answer for week 1, even though he did go crazy. Like Deebo, that's an elite NFL talent, and he's back to looking like 2021, 2022 Deebo. But throughout the offseason, you can tell from the days that I was at training camp, from the highlights coming out of training camp, just from the local beat reporters talking that Deebo was doing a lot of conventional wide receiver stuff, right? And to see him get 7 targets, a couple of those being downfield, you see that just wasn't facade. That wasn't just training camp fodder. And then he still is getting those manufactured touches, taking shit to the crib like we saw on that 19-yard touchdown run. So for the offseason, Deebo Samuel, even though he's not my answer for week 1. My biggest surprise from week 1, and I ain't even gonna lie, this was probably the signing that I was the most down on in the offseason. Not negative, but I was just super high on every other signing. Will Harris is a fucking demon, bruh. Will Harris is a fucking demon. He went from cracking Russell Wilson's skull to breaking up passes on Malik Neighbors in the end zone. I love Jeremy Chin. Y'all know I was the president of the Jeremy Chin fan club over here at Bleeding B&G. Jeremy Chin not making them type of plays in coverage. Jeremy Chin is not making them plays in coverage. Shit, Will Harris was not making them plays in coverage before. Bro, I watched the league. Will Harris was burnt toast in Detroit. And I'm not holding that against him because he's balling with us. But Will Harris is a goddamn demon. I think he might be a hell of a fit for this scheme. We've seen Joe Witt. I think somebody called it the amoeba defense, and I think that might actually be the name of it, where everybody's standing up. I think Will Harris is the perfect type of player for them schemes because he's able to drop back into coverage and be a rusher from the secondary. Like Mikey Samuelsdale, I think you're going to see a lot of edge blitzes from Mikey Samuelsdale as well. I think Jordan Love got 1 or 2. I do too. Jordan Love think he Brett Favre at times. And I need somebody to play with the ghost of 2007 Sean Taylor tomorrow and have 2 interceptions, damn near 5. But we're going to make them damn near 5-5. We're going to catch it. Shout out to Sean, though, the best player in our franchise history, in my opinion. My favorite player of all time. Y'all know what Sean did against the Green Bay Packers in 2007. I need Quan Martin. I'm not comparing him to Sean Taylor, y'all, but I need him to play with the ghost of Sean Taylor tomorrow. I Pete Marshawn definitely looked different since we picked him up. Yeah, it's the aura, bruh. It's the aura. He back healthy. He balled. So it ain't nothing about the play. I'm telling you, it's the baggy sleeves. Hopefully he changed that shit up before, it's too late. It's the baggy cutoff sleeves. That shit. Like, he don't look as defiant. Like, he look like he just out there. He just out there clapping shit. Next thing you know, you're going to see him with an Umbop face mask. I'm be like, all right, Sean, the game will pass you by, bro. It's time to hang him up, bro. You know he ain't learned that type of swag at Ohio State. Shit, he played with Zeke when the nigga was wearing a crop top 10 years ago. They was ahead of the game. Oh, Mikey just dropped the mic up? So you might have to tap into that. Margaret Parsons took an epidural for the fucking game. I seen what that shit do firsthand. Nah, he's different. He's different. Went from taking an epidural to whipping the best right tackle in football's ass. He's different. Go ahead, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. No, but how are we feeling about tomorrow? Man, infiltrate the chat. Like I said, this is a stream by me, but it's for the people. It's for October 5. It's going to be shaky dubs. That's going to be shaky dubs. Next time we play the Chargers, though, because we be out there like every 2 years. I salute you pulling off the Madrid play. That's my 30th birthday, bro. I think it was just perfect. That's why I think this is the season of destiny, to be honest. 30th birthday, same weekend as the Commanders playing Madrid. Like, I had to go broke. I had to run up the credit card for that one. Why you think I'm streaming so much? I got to make that shit back. Speaking of that, go ahead. If you would love to support the channel, you see the Cash App at the bottom. Go ahead and leave a super chat, because not only are you supporting the channel with the super chat, but your comment gets pushed up in the front in the chat. Many people don't realize that we didn't really have a game plan for week 1. The focus was always week 2. That's a big statement. I ain't gonna say that, because with all those complex run schemes and run looks that we had, I think that we had the perfect game plan. I don't think that it was too tedious. I think we kept doing the same thing over and over again, and we kept hearing all the talk about how that New York Giants front was so vaunted and things of that nature. No, we just had the perfect remedy. 200 yards rushing on their ass, and Jay and Daniels just sprinkling in dots, fuck them up every now and then. Like, I do think there was more focus, and Dan Quinn has even alluded to it. I don't know if it was a training camp presser or a presser leading up to a preseason game. He's like, yeah, we have watched Green Bay. Also, I just want to say I appreciate all your content. Just got here for you last season, but I appreciate that, bro. Been doing this joint for 4 years, and I'm really just damn near 5 years, and I really just want to take it serious because I see, the benefits that I'm reaping from it. So I appreciate that. I really do. And I plan on pushing more content, bro. So I know you're going to be tapped in, but everybody else tuning in this stream, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you're not missing any of this content. As you see on the screen, we dropped 3 videos in 2 days. We're going to be doing our instant game analysis or our instant game recap on the matchup from Thursday Night Football with the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders tomorrow. Y'all, we doing a watch party tomorrow? Y'all being tapped into Rio streams, and I fuck with it. But guess what? Y'all can put them joints up on multiple tabs, bro. I know y'all not missing the Rio stream. I'm not asking y'all to. I'm just saying put me up on another device, bro. We could all watch it together. We can have a watch party in your dining room, bro. Me, you, Rio, and whoever else you want to join to the party. Shout out to Rio, though. Rio's definitely going to join a couple of these Commander caucuses in the future. What is up? What does the caucus think about RBs, the front seven, after they shut Detroit's running game down? What you think about our RBs against the Packers front seven, George? I don't really think it's up to the RBs. I think it's up to the O-line. I think Josh Conley has to have a day tomorrow, and that's a tough task going against Micah Parsons. But I think that we got a top 10 unit in the NFL as far as the offensive line position goes. Going to be teetering top 5 if Sam Cosmi comes back and looks even to be 85 to 90%. He ain't got to be back to Sam Cosmi. But if he can be 90% of what he was in 2023 and 2024, Sam Cosmi had a good year last year. If he can get back to that form, I think we'd be teetering as a top 5 lineman. But sticking back just for the game tomorrow, I think it's going to be a group effort. I honestly think that we're going to have to spread them out. I honestly think that we're going to have to spread them out. Keep the ball in Jaden's hands a lot. I don't know if there's a Jaden passing and rushing total yard prop. Go ahead and probably play the over. He hit the over on both of his props this past week. But I think that we're going to have to spread them out. I question their corners. I think their corners looked so good last week because their front seven was getting so much pressure. And I don't even think that while the Detroit Lions are praised to be this like high vaunted, high powered offense, a lot of their shit comes from the middle of the field. And I don't think that they have as many weapons on the outside as we do. They got J-Mo, they got Amon-Ra, but now they fucking relying on 7th-round rookies like Isaac Tesla. We got McLaurin, we got Debo, we got Noah Brown, we got Jalen Lane. And I think that these guys with another, it ain't a full week, with another 2 or 3 days of getting back acclimated to the offense. Shit, Terry and Noah Brown have missed all fucking summer. I wasn't surprised when I saw the offense stalling out. How do you think Von Miller looked at the game? I think he looked better when I was watching the TV copy than the game. I didn't necessarily see the explosive get off that he was praised to have. And you know, his numbers chart is that too. So I ain't even saying it like it's some fucking facade or some folklore. But yeah, he looked better. I think he played the run well. I think he played the run better than I thought. But he looked like a 36-year-old, right? You're still getting his sea legs back to him. Vaughn signed like the day before training camp, so he looked like that. He didn't necessarily look like an impact rusher, but everybody else was doing that. Nah, Marshawn might be rocking the Bop in a minute. I ain't gonna lie. How you feel about Green Bay's offensive coordinator? Does Matt LaFleur still call their plays? I've always liked Green Bay's scheme. I think they can have that scheme though because they are so deep. They can run 4 and 5 wide receivers that are legit NFL players out there, but they missing Christian Watson. And I think that we got 4 or 5 cornerbacks, and I think our safety room runs 5 deep. When I heard Adam Peters say on the Grant and Danny show last week that he can put our safeties up there with the best in the league, I don't think he's talking about top-end talent. I think he's talking about as far as depth. I think they have the most good players in the safety room across the league. And I agree. I agree 100%. Y'all hate Percy Butler. I like Percy Butler more than some of you guys do in the fan base. Y'all love Jeremy Reeves more than I do. So I think it's just a give and take situation. But one thing that we can all admit are all of these guys are capable NFL players and capable to give you something in a pinch. Shit, we rolled out with who we rolled out last week. We had Will Harris, Tyler Owens, Quan Martin, and I think Percy Butler even got some first half snaps. And then we had Jeremy Reeves come in on the back end for the couple plays that Will Harris. Like, you never see the safeties go 5 deep in an NFL game. Yeah, Big 30 in Madrid. I'm about to be in that joint eating toppers and saucing, my boy. I feel like we should carry 4 running backs and maybe use Rodriguez a bit because he's fresh and it's a short week. I like that idea. Who we not elevating Chris Moore if that's the case? Chris Moore had a big catch. Chris Moore had the longest catch last week. Smash that like button for my boy. Shout out Charles. Always supporting the channel. Y'all go ahead and do what the man said though and smash that like button. Is there any injury news that has come out? What's the injury report looking like? Let's pull up the injury report. Shit, because the game tomorrow, so I think it might have been a simulated practice. I think today was a travel day, so we might not have an injury report. But I know Jaden was on the injury report with a left wrist injury yesterday. But I ain't necessarily too worried about anybody playing unless I miss something. I think Terry McLaurin's going to have a better game than the 2 for 27 that he had against the Green Bay Packers. While I don't necessarily think he's going to have a vintage Terry McLaurin game. And one thing I will say, and I hate saying it like this because I love Terry McLaurin, but y'all know how I said in my reaction video. I think some of y'all want Terry McLaurin to like date your daughter and some more shit. I ain't even about to go into detail of what I said on the stream. But some of y'all have a weird infatuation with Terry McLaurin. But one thing I will say is Terry McLaurin does always show up in primetime games for the most part. For the most part. So here's the injury report that we got yesterday. No, today. So it's a simulated injury report because the guys were traveling to Green Bay. Tressway is questionable for the game. Ooh, do we have a backup punter on the roster? I would like seeing Dietrich Wise was questionable for the game either. I think that might just be a play though, because I thought Dietrich Wise had like 5-6 interviews after the game. And rightfully so. Dietrich Wise was one of them goddamn hound dogs on that defensive line. Javon Kinlaw and Daron Payne has gotten all the praise, and they play like some damn demons. But fucking Dietrich Wise built like a Mack truck, and you see him out there sprinting out on boots containing Malik Neighbors and containing Russell Wilson at the same time. I need Dietrich Wise out there tomorrow. Dietrich Wise might be our most all around edge as far as playing the run and the pass. I concur our DB match up well with the receiving core. I do like for yeah, and I feel better that Christian Watson isn't playing. Because while he ain't the best receiver, that nigga fast as hell, bro. And I don't think we got anybody. I love Trey Amos. Marshawn Lattimore could have ran with him in 2022, but it's 2025. But the fact that he's not out there, y'all see, like, he's so fast. He put up mid-production, but the Green Bay Packers still gave him a contract extension while he recovering from another ACL. Like, he's just a freak athlete, and I feel better about not having to go against him. But I think we do match up with like Jaden Reed. I like Mikey against him. I like Trey Amos against Romeo Doubs. I like Marshawn Lattimore against anybody else. And I think those are the matchups that you're going to see. When you see fucking Trey Amos running stride for stride and breaking up a pass against Malik Neighbors, who the fuck is a Romeo Doubs? Jaden throwing hand, wrist, full go. Oh, let's get back to this injury report. Noah Brown did not practice on Wednesday. But he's not listed on the game report, so I don't know if that's a positive sign. I think Noah Brown just out here cooling, bro. Noah Brown just out here to make plays on Sunday. This is a guy that has never made it through a season. I don't even know if he made it through a high school season, but I know for sure since high school, in college, and the NFL, he has not made it through an entire season without being injured. That's one of the reasons why he's been a fringe player, because he has the talent. Noah Brown is a hell of a route runner. So I think that the team knows that he's fragile as hell, and they just putting that boy on ice this season. Austin Eckler was limited. John Bates was full. Jaden Daniels was full. Daron Payne was full. So I think Tressway and Dietrich Wise are the only two guys that are potentially going to miss the game. I'm not too worried about Dietrich Wise. Like I said, he did like fucking 8 interviews after the game. Tress maybe I know, and that's big. That's big. Punters are people too. I think Tressway missing the game might be more essential or more crucial than a guy like Dietrich Wise, even though I done spent the last 5 minutes talking about how we need Dietrich Wise. Because who the fuck is the backup punter? Like, I can slide a Von Miller, Dorrance Armstrong out there. Who the hell I'm going to slide out there for Tressway? Dietrich Wise may not go in a couple limited guys, but we in better shape. I think Dietrich goes. Terry's always had a decent game against Green Bay. Yeah, but he's usually had a full training camp. And I like I said, Terry McLaurin shows up in prime time. So I wouldn't be surprised if he balls out of Green Bay. And you're 100% right. I'm not knocking you. You're 100% right. And that's 100% the truth. Terry balls against Green Bay. When I started to realize, like, oh, Terry McLaurin is different. And I've always thought he was a top 15 receiver and things like that since he was a rookie. But when I was like, oh, Terry's starting to fuck up the elite corners. And yeah, he's super washed now. But in 2025, when Terry McLaurin ran the whip route on Jair Alexander, I was like, okay, Terry, his hips not as tight no more. He got a couple double moves on him. Then he went up top on him and mugged him after. I said, oh, Terry's different. Terry's different. Oh, yeah, he's in his zone. He's in his zone. And he been on the ascent ever since, to be honest. I think that 22 season, and it's the season that he had the most yards in. So I mean, I wouldn't be necessarily surprised. Just falling short of 1,200 yards. Like that Packers game, that Colts game in 2022, that Falcons game in 2021, that Dolphins game in 2019, that Eagles game in 2022. Y'all see, I'm a real ball knower, real Washington Commander connoisseur. I'm just saying these off the top of the head. Those are some of my favorite Terry McLaurin takeover games, and a lot of those games came in prime time or like big moments like the opening game of the season. So I think Terry I wouldn't put Terry McLaurin having a big game past me. I do think that Terry timing was a little off. I think he was a little tired on a couple of blocking reps and things of that nature. But no, I wouldn't be surprised if Terry fully goes for 6 and 120 and a touchdown tomorrow. Because I'm not scared of the Green Bay Packers corners. Go ahead, smash that like button for me, comment, because y'all are pushing the chat, and smash that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button. So you know, this is a stream by me for the chat. I ain't here to say too much. I'm here to listen to y'all. They signed one to the practice. Then they call my boy Lawrence. They call my boy Baltimore legend Lawrence, Calvert Hall legend. I played against Lawrence Cager in 7-on-7. True story. True story. We got whipped. I was doing my thing though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll tell you the truth before I ever tell you a lie. I was doing my thing. Lawrence was like 6. He ain't small as me, but he was smaller than like everybody else. I said, yeah, I play free safety this game. A punter that is. So they did sign a punter they signed, oh, my man George said it in the chat. They signed Wichanowski. Okay. I'm curious to see how long this injury lasts for Tress Way. Fuck Ben Sinnott, by the way. Ben Sinnott a top 50 pick, and he getting his ass whooped on special teams. They're not contributing nowhere else. Like, I'm about ready to pull a plug on Ben Sinnott. And I was the guy in the offseason like, no, give him a chance. Zach Ertz had this late career renaissance, but Ben Sinnott was getting his face beat in every punt rep. Like, shit was crazy. I feel big game from Screw Loose Oos. I hope so. Screw Loose Oos had a mid game the other day to me. As far as a mid as a game as that defense could have, keeping them out the end zone. Frankie Louvu looked a little slow to me. Looked a little, I ain't gonna say out of shape, but looked like he was still getting his football legs back to me. Looked a step slow. Missed a couple of tackles. I ain't even talking about the miss on Wan'Dale Robinson. That's a hard tackle to make on man-to-man against a wide receiver. But he looked a little slow to me. So I hope he back in his bag. But Frankie Louvu is a primetime player as well, just like I talked about with Terry McLaurin. I think they play their best games when the lights are bright. DQ be giving vet rest days. He be giving Noah Brown vet rest months, though. I ain't seen Noah Brown practicing since he got here, to be honest. I ain't seen Noah Brown practice since the Hail Mary, bro. Unlike the Eagles, smash the Chiefs again. A road win at Green Bay should make Washington number 1 in the NFC power ranking wise. I think that the Eagles can possibly smash the Chiefs again. Sorry to burst your bubble. George. But I think the Chiefs are not as good as people think, and I think the Eagles are still that good. I think they have more holes this year, but y'all gotta understand the Eagles will. Man, y'all call me glazing, man. I'm honest. Y'all come over here for the most raw, uncut, and unfiltered analysis. The Eagles was like damn near a generational defense last year. So to see Jaden Daniels have a 5-touchdown performance, that's why we was glazing him after that game, because that defense is so fucking good. Jalen Carter, dirty as shit. And I don't even want to talk bad about the man because we got the same name. He dirty as shit, but he the best defensive lineman in the NFL. And Jaden Daniels had that nigga out there doing the waltz, trying to get chase after him in that matchup in December. 2022 Terry definitely got Taylor Heineke paid. You see Taylor Heineke's out of the league now. The media got us twisted. Like I said, y'all, I don't know. The media might have us twisted, but I ain't worried about them when Vegas don't. We only a 3.5 point underdog. And teams usually get that with the home field advantage. And Green Bay has one of the better home field advantages in the NFL. Shit, they got metal bleachers. Don't know if other opposing fan want to sit in that bullshit, bro. Go Pack, go. There's a reason why they were playing music at the practice. So to see that Vegas is only giving them a 3 to 3.5 point, edge in the spread after they put belt to ass to the Detroit Lions, because they put belt to ass to the Detroit Lions. That game was never close. To see that we're only a 3 to 3.5 point underdog, I think we getting all the respect we need from Vegas. So fuck with the media talking about with Dan Orlovsky, Ryan Clark worried about keeping his job right now. What's good, champ? What's the final, then? Ooh. All right, I think we late enough in the stream. What time is it? I think we late enough in the stream to drop my score prediction. We're going to get into the parlay. We making parlay tickets today like last week? We making parlay tickets today like last week? I think that ticket that I made for y'all last week hit. I'm just saying. I think that ticket that Austin Eckler catches and receptions ticket hit. I'm just saying. I do run me a little gambling service, Stunners Picks on Instagram. This is not an ad. We running a parlay today. Y'all want to hear a parlay from Bleeding B&G? Y'all want another banger, another winner? Go back and pull up the stream if you think I'm lying. Go back and pull up the stream if you think I'm lying. Yeah, 7-on-7. The boy used to ball too. I get this knowledge from. I mean, I've been a fan of football since before I played football, but I used to run a little cover 3, little cloud lock, like little cover 4. That boy was back there, and I run a little 4-4 back in the day. Non-laser time, straight stopwatch. Pull the plug off Luke. Bro, Luke had a come on, bro. Y'all playing with Luke. Luke had a 40-yard kick return, bro. What we talking about? That's all I can ask from Luke. We know he a nepotism baby. Look, go back and look at Luke block on that Deebo Samuel touchdown. That's why Luke McCaffrey's still here. You need guys like that. I ain't talking about you necessarily, CT, but these are the guys that was questioning why we gave John Bates so much goddamn money. And we see John Bates probably outside of Jayden Daniels and Laramie Tunsil, Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel. I'll argue John Bates is the next most important player for this offense because he's essential for how this run scheme has to go and how this run scheme has to go about. If John Bates ain't blocking on the edge, Brent, all these sophisticated ass runs with all these traps and all these pullers ain't fucking happening. And God forbid, but you would see it the day that John Bates misses the game. Jayden Daniels is going to throw that bitch 57 times that game. The Eagles ain't busy. Man, taking Bisbee. I mean, Howie Roseman be out there bitch playing Madden, bro. I'm just used to it by now. I'm desensitized to it. Like, he plays Madden in real life. And I don't, like, do other teams just not, I don't know, bro. Like, do they not get what he's doing? Do they not see what he's doing? Like, Tank Bigsby was damn near, he was taking snaps from Trevor Etienne less than 9 months ago. Now we giving him up for 5th and 6th rounders to the Eagles, bro. Like, they need him. Like, what the fuck, man? Thank God we got Bill. Give me a Bill over a Tank any day. I was watching Bill now more than I was watching G.I. Joe. But they got a Saquon and a Tank. What the fuck? Being from Ohio, when we picked Center, I was disappointed because I knew that K Stover LT was a player. Yeah, I like K Stover as well. I like Senate coming out, though. I thought that we were going to use Senate differently, though. And even if you heard Adam Peters in that first press conference after we drafted Senate, he compared Senate to not only George Kittle, but he compared Senate to Kyle Juszczyk, too. So I thought Senate was going to be in and outside, the backfield, being motioned into the end line, being a hybrid blocker, being a move tight end and things like that. But he barely get on the field. I think that if he does ever get on the field, I think that's how we are going to use him because I think that's the most effective role for him to be used in. I do think that K Stover is a more natural pass catcher, and I like K Stover. And ball, Ron. Ball for sure. Being from Ohio, though, y'all, that's what y'all do over there. It ain't much. I've been to Cleveland and Cincinnati. I like Cleveland. Cleveland a little underrated. Cincinnati was hella mid, bro. But shout out to Ron. Ball for sure. Because all y'all got to do in Ohio is watch Ohio State. I get it. And LeBron James when he there. The Packers injury report is out too. They got 2 players out and 5 players questionable. I guess they ready to get the belt then. I guess we might be going into that matchup more healthier than them or more healthy. KC didn't blow out anybody last year. They're going to beat Philly by 8. Boogie. What's the spread? I'll tell you right now. Chris, what's the spread? What's the spread on that Philly KC game? I'll let you know right now what's going to happen. Because this shit is so rigged nowadays. 31-27, good guys. Ooh, okay, Utah. I don't want to talk too much about Utah. Y'all got shit cracking out there right now. I appreciate you though, Utah. Shit crazy. I hope if you in Utah, I hope you safe. Because they about to turn that motherfucker upside down. George, come. All right. All right. I got delay for you. Give me 1 second, Georgie Porgy. Give me 1 second. We need that last year Monday night at the Bengals statement game again. Ooh, I need to feel that again. Y'all know that reel that I did in my post-game reaction from that video, the little short that I made was my second most watched video since I've been doing social media. That was my second most watched video. We got a super. Fuck what I'm talking about right now. But that was my second most watched video on social media ever. I think that joint went for like 7,000 likes. Where I talked about how after the Bengals game, I just stared at the wall because I knew my life was about to change with Jaden Daniels. And guess what? My life changed. We got a super. Shout out to my guy, Kevin Unsell. I think the game is going over tomorrow. Off subject, 3 favorite rappers right now. This is what Commanders Caucus is for. This is a stream by me for the chat. 3 favorite rappers. I agree that the game is going over right now. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but I've been A1 since day one. I found Drake on MySpace in 2007, right? Before he had blown up. And just like any uncovered gem that I find in sports, like a Tyreek Hill, like, anybody that I find, I find myself attached to them. Like Tyreek Hill played my school in a Division II playoff game. And I think I was Tyreek Hill's biggest fan when he was just that 5th round draft pick from West Alabama, right? So I get attached to these guys when I feel like I discovered them early. So I'm always going to be a Drake fan. He's always going to be my favorite rapper. He a little cold right now. And rap, the state of rap is ass right now. So I don't even know if I can give you an answer. I can let you know some of the dudes I'm listening to. I'm listening. Laser, them cool. I don't really like all the new music though. I like Nino Payne from the DMV. I used to rock with KP Skywalker. He ain't putting out as much music. But I'm listening to Nino Payne from the DMV heavy. I was just listening to What If We Made It. That's my joint. So if you're not listening to Nino Payne, go ahead and tap into Nino Payne. He ain't speaking all that rah-rah. He talking some talk on there. Little young nigga from PG. He was just on the freshman cover. So yes. Think what you want about the freshman cover, but he got motion for sure. He definitely got motion. I took Eckler. I heard you. It was a no-brainer once you knew he was starting. Come on, Chris. We really know it over here, Bleeding B&G. Over 22.5 points for Washington. That's our over-under total. What's the over-under total for the game? It's like 48, right? 22.5. That sounds low. What's the weather going to be like in Green Bay? I put a lot of talk. I'm about to be up till 3 a.m. doing a lot of research, so I got to know all these things to help y'all. I mean, come with the questions. I mean, come with the comments, but y'all got to answer my questions too. What's the weather going to be like in Green Bay tomorrow? Charles, I use a sleeper app for Survivor. I am in a Survivor league a Survivor pool. Predicting winners throughout the schedule, and then I'm in a Dynasty Fantasy League. Those are the only 2 things I use Sleeper for. But like I get the news updates and stuff like that if that's what you asking for. I like Sleeper. I don't use it for much though. High take tomorrow just for fun. Luke kick return to the crib. Now you talking. So since Mike wanted to jump out there, shout out to Michael Moses. Since Mike wanted to jump out there, let me get some bold takes for tomorrow. And I'm talking bold. Don't give me Washington going to win. Yeah, I think that. I already think that. I need some bold takes for tomorrow. So I'm going to start. Bold take for tomorrow. Terry McLaurin, 150-yard game. His career high. Damn. Oh, my God. Bleeding Me and G said something positive about Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin, 150-yard game. I think I might wear his jersey. I feel it. 150 and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 150 and a touchdown. That would be his career high. I think that's pretty bold. Luke is an unsung hero. He's the guy that get his shot at other roles. He's going to have a 350-yard season. I agree. Like I said, Luke does the dirty work. That's a guy you need. Luke was blocking like fucking Puka Nacua on that Deebo Samuel touchdown. He's just not Puka Nacua. We don't have anybody that's Puka Nacua, so we need Luke McCaffrey to play that Puka Nacua role for that personnel. Like Luke I ain't even saying that he's going to justify that top 100 pick. I ain't saying that, but some of y'all want Luke cut. It ain't better on the waiver wire than Luke McCaffrey. You're going to be dealing with a fucking KJ Osborne again, who I told y'all was mid when we signed him. The Patriots needed wide receivers last year to help Drake May, and they got rid of KJ Osborne. And some of y'all thought that he was going to come in and make it impact. Hey, bro, cut that shit out, bro. Sometimes I don't even think that I'm like the most ultimate ball though. Some of y'all just delulu. Stanton and Luke were big questions for me from the draft and still are. Okay, Nostradamus, I feel you. Let me get back in the chat. My man Kevin fucked up the chat with the super. I appreciate it though. I want to see them getting balls thrown. Whoa. It's 8:07. It's 8:07, big dog. It's 8:07. Say that for the late night. I can get a late night stream going. We cut the lights out. I get the late night stream jumping like, whoa, big dog. What we talking about? Freak nasty? And you wanted to word that like that. You paused it, but you had all the capability of changing your word and freak nasty. But guess what? I appreciate it because we need moments like that on the stream. Just know you getting clipped, my boy. My man said he need Ben and Luke to get balls thrown at him. I agree. We talking football, but that was freaky. You could have said, I want them to get some passes. I want them to catch. I want them to get some looks, some reps. My man said he want. Hey, I need you at every Commanders Caucus every Wednesday, 7:15, bro. Philly spread is 1.5. -1.5. Oh, yeah, the Eagles winning, bro. The Eagles winning that game, bro. Loving the national media, glazing Green Bay because of a win versus the Lions. When they was at honorable mention, how quick they forgot to put the bra up in the stadium in the playoffs while they had facts. And I heard somebody make a point on the radio. I ain't even gonna act like this is my original point. I heard somebody making a point on the radio. Green Bay is these national media darlings, right? And I just talked about how Micah Parsons looked different. He was whipping Penei Sewell's ass. I just talked about all that. He looked like that. He built like the N1 man in that number 1 jersey, right? I just talked about all that. They just traded for Michael Parsons less than 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago tomorrow, right? Who the fuck were they talking about before that? Christian Watson is injured. Jaden Reed was injured. I'm surprised that he did what he did yesterday on Sunday. Romeo Dobbs don't want to be there. They were talking about Josh Jacobs leading them to the promised land. Now, I like Josh Jacobs, but he ain't no fucking LT. So I agree. Like, Mike is that dude. I think they got the fastest linebacker core in the league, but they ain't unbeatable. These niggas ain't the 07 Patriots. Who got elite coordinators? We do or they do? I think we both do. I like their coaching staff. Philly money line. Philly money line, bro. Eagles winning that game. They think the Chiefs are getting right. The Chiefs are cooked. Now, if that joint was like Eagles -5.5, we would have talked. We could have talked. Eagles winning that game, bro. Iceman coming soon. You know it. You know, we need them things. We need them things. 48 and a half. 48 and a half. That's the over under. That's the over under. Under. We gonna make a ticket though. We definitely about to make a ticket. 60 degrees clear at Lambeau tomorrow. Under. We going under. Right under though. Right under. If you play in a parlay, you might want to alternate over 42 and a half because I think 22 to 23 points win this game. Y'all saw that defense, bro. We a different team. We ain't got to rely on Jaden. We ain't got to rely on Jaden to do everything, even though he's fully capable of doing everything. Jalen Lane touchdown. Punt return or just a catch? Talk to me. I like that. Punt return or just a catch? If you really want to get bold, say punt return. If you really want to get bold, say punt return, even though he got 0 yards last week. Mikey pick 6 to the. Oh, that's bold. That's bold. That's bold. I like it. I don't know if Mikey got the long speed to give me some pick sixes unless he jumped that joint. I like it, though. I like it. I can see it happening because, like I said, Jordan Love, he likes to take chances. Bold take, John Bates touchdown. Ooh, nice little rollout, little chip and rollout. They're going to be so worried about him chipping. He sneak out. I like it. Little leak out. I can see it. I can see it. John Bates, anytime touchdown, you know them odds is crazy. About around 70. All right, we're going to make this ticket. By the time I feel like we finish the ticket, we be over an hour in. Like I said, I appreciate you guys tuning in to the second rendition of Command. Freak nasty, Kevo. Freak nasty. Bruh wanted to word it that way. He could have hit backspace. He could have deleted it. He could have read that joint over. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna hit send on this. They're gonna get a kick of this on get a kick out of this on the stream." And we did. I did. I appreciate it. I hate that when we win, they're going to turn it into what's what they always do with us. They always do with us. But guess what? Anybody recording Jordan Love? I need to see him crying this all season like I watched Jared Goff crying on quarterback. They always play with us, bro. They always play with us. They're going to stop playing with us the day that we win the bowl and not a day before that. I'm letting you know that now. Because if we fall short again, it's going to start to be, oh, they can't win the big one. They can't get past the NFC Championship game. I'm sorry. The Burgundy and Golden Boy accelerated that rebuild like that. But a lot of people's expectations got accelerated as well. Nah, was saying that we about to put belt to ass. They had a league winners. They do. Like I said, they do. They do. Oh, this is bold. We talking about bold? Yeah, we talking bold, bro. I'm talking about a JD5 with a 300 passing yard. Oh, we talking about a Florida game for JD5. Y'all know when he drafted, they said, what can you tell teams about? He said, Florida game, bro. Turn that shit on. Y'all know he accounted for over 600 yards in that game. That would be some demigod shit to do in the NFL. So having a 400-yard all-purpose game, oh, yeah, that's bold. That's bold. Jaden Daniels will be the talk through the week. They'll be talking about Jaden Daniels on Sunday morning. That's bold. I need 5 to show Jordan Love up. I hear too many niggas talking about them like they in the same tier, bro. I hear too many niggas talking about them like they in the same tier, bro. They not. They not. Jordan Love had to sit behind niggas for 5 years. How is he Jaden Daniels? The nigga that had the greatest rookie year of all time. Y'all ain't even see Jordan Love as a rookie. You know why? He's filling up Gatorade bottles. Come on, bro. 40-yard touchdown pass for Jay. Oh, I like it. I like it. I need Lane to catch the ball. I like how Jaden went back to him after that drop. I like it. That's bold. That's bold. That's when he make his breakout too. Second game of his career. He do. Bro, I've been saying this since last season, bro. Because a lot of people still, try to compare. Not compare. It ain't no comparison. So I ain't even go down that rabbit hole. But a lot of people still talk about, RG3's run against the Minnesota Vikings like it's folklore. Like, yeah, RG3 still gave me that moment and shit, bro. The day that Jaden Daniels has over a 50-plus yard run, we ain't going to hear about RG3 running against the Vikings anymore. And he's fully capable of doing it. I think you're talking about the Panthers game, and I agree. I don't like how he kept looking back. If Jaden Daniels ain't looked back against the Carolina Panthers, that was going to be a 90-yard touchdown. My fantasy team needed it. I'm still a little salty over that one, and I won the championship. But I agree, and I've talked about this with the chat. The day Jaden Daniels has that 50 to 60-plus yard touchdown run, his superstardom is to the moon, and it's getting there already. But then we're gonna start hearing that national media talk about him like they talk about Josh Allen. Niggas be talking about Josh Allen like he a Decepticon, like he an alien or some shit, and he is. But bro was drafted in 2018. This nigga's going into year 8. Like, come on, bro. I can see a trade for Isaiah Likely last year. Oh, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, we always got to see how this year goes on, but I wouldn't be mad at that. Did Baltimore ever give him that extension that they planned on giving him, that my guy Ricky said they were going to give him before he got hurt in that practice? Let them over pursue, and he hit a corner. If we deep in the half of the field, 70-yard run, all they need. And if it's against the Packers, you know, Mike can talk a lot of shit, so you got to take what he say with a grain of salt. You know, he say, I don't see nobody outrunning me. Bullshit. I saw Jaden Daniels outrun you last year. Now, you got yours too. I saw Jaden Daniels outrun you last year, Mike. What are we talking about? You got amnesia and contract negotiations, like, left you with, like, short-term, long-term memory loss? But before I pull up the parlay, I'm going to say this one more time. I appreciate you guys tuning into the second rendition of Commanders Caucus. Go ahead and flood that chat for the last time. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button so you're not missing any of this content on your Washington Commanders from Bleeding B&G. And if you want to jump up to the front and support the channel, go ahead and leave a super. Go ahead and leave a super to support the channel. Not only do you support the channel, but anything that you want to say will be pushed to the front. And yeah, I appreciate it. I'm about to pull up this FanDuel though, so I can make y'all this money again. We going 2-0. Y'all gonna start coming to the stream for betting services. Y'all gonna come to the stream to vent, to recap games, and to get picks. I'm gonna start charging. Y'all gonna have to subscribe to my Substack on my Patreon. We about to go 2-2. If this internet ever start fucking with me. I ain't gotta log in to make a play, do I? Here we go. I don't think I gotta log in to pull up a ticket to make a ticket. Last opportunity to infiltrate the chat. Let me know what y'all talking about before I hit this parlay, because after that parlay, I'm outski. We'll be looking for tomorrow. We'll be excited about tomorrow. What we want to see tomorrow. Bold takes for tomorrow. Last opportunity to hit up the chat, because Verizon gonna get a call from me tomorrow because this business speed Wi-Fi is Section 8 speed. Shit throwing me off. Fucking bedroom speed. Like, what the fuck? Easy money, Eckler on the receiving yards again. I don't know if that's as easy as we think, Chris. He gonna be doing a lot of chipping on Micah tomorrow. And then I think that when it's not passing down, I don't even think he's gonna get it. And he ain't get a lot last week. I don't think he's even gonna get as many carries as he got on Sunday. I think a lot of those carries going to Bill tomorrow. I ain't know Bill run that goddamn hard, y'all. And if you hear everybody talk about it on the team when they ask him about Bill, that's like the first thing that they talking about. Yeah, I know I was one of the first in the community on JCM. I talked about him before we drafted him when I was just looking at backs because I was adamant of upgrading over fucking Brian. I was so enamored with his cutting ability and things like that. Now he be running through niggas' faces, bro. He be running through niggas' faces. Amos with a pick six. Ooh, That's bold. That's bold. Yeah, I fully expect Amos to sit on Romeo Dobbs. I think that's the perfect matchup for him. Do you think this is a preview to the NFC Championship game? It can be. It can be. I think both of us are looking up at Philly, but I don't think I don't think it'll take long for somebody to surpass Philly. Like, I think it's possible. Like I said, I think they're still the best in the NFC right now, but I do think they have more holes than last year. That defense last year was damn near generation. I could go start at the second cornerback for them right now, and probably do better than Adoree Jackson. Like, that nigga ass. They missing Milton Williams, but I think this can potentially be a preview of the NFC Championship game. Oh, Merle. All right, now we talking bold. Merle. Merle's my guy, one of the day one supporters. This is a BTA game. Merle feeling himself, huh, Merle? Washington 28, Green Bay 14. Nice NFC North soft. The NFC North, are they soft? I mean, we kind of proved that against Detroit last year. You right. You right. The Bears are a little soft. I've always thought the Vikings were soft. I think that's why they got to disguise their pressures, because they can't come at you straightforward. And that doesn't say that they're a bad team. I think that they have a particular play style. And you see when that play style not hitting, they get belt to ass put to them like the Los Angeles Rams. And I agree. I think that we're going to have to spread them out, but I do think that we're going to be intentional with our carries. I think a lot of those carries are going to be downhill with Bill. And also, these coaches, they know the narrative is being pushed around as well. They want Bill to have this breakout game in prime time, even though it will go against my bold take of Terry McLaurin 150 yards. But, hey, it's a bold take for a reason. All right, let's pull up this parlay. Just like last week, my goal is to give you plus 1,000 odds so you can at least turn that $10 into $100. There we go. So spread them out is crazy, but Buddy saying that he want to see balls get thrown at him. I ain't see you comment on that, bro. I ain't see you comment on that. And I'm not even saying spread them out not crazy, because it can be a little crazy. I'm talking football. But spread them out is crazy. But he want balls thrown at him. Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, come on. We're going to go back to Merle's comment. I like Merle's comment a lot better. We're going to put belt to ass to him. Like, you just forgot that he said he wanted balls thrown at them. All right, bet. Let me go back to this ticket. Y'all. CT always do it, bro. Yeah, he always like bro's on my neck. Bro's always on my neck. All right, let's talk about this game now. Do I play it safe to keep my record, or do I really bet what I'm feeling? Do I play it safe to keep my pristine undefeated record? Oh, I know you fucking with me, bro. I know you fucking with me, gang. I know you fucking with me, bro. Good old banter, my boy. Bro, I've been trying to find a 40 time for Bill since we drafted, bro. I even went as far as asking, looking for the next gen speeds for the top ball carriers in the game on Sunday. Because when I was in the stadium, they did say that Jayden Daniels was the top ball carrier in the game at over 19 miles per hour. So I know he wasn't that fast. But I think that might have been before the 42-yard run. But I ain't been able to get a time on Bill either, bro. That shit is like fucking the Da Vinci Code. All right. Play it safe, or all right, man, fuck it. I'm gonna go with what I think we definitely covering. So since we a parlay, we're gonna play it safe. Plus 1,000 odds. I don't want to put too many game lines on here. Let's go to these props. Anytime touchdown score. Let's see. Josh Jacobs minus 210. That's fucking disrespectful. That's disrespectful as shit. He just a shoe in the score, huh? We're going to Terry McLaurin touchdown. Because y'all saw Jahmyr Gibbs had like 10 catches for like 20 yards. The fucking Packers were sitting on everything underneath. Shit was crazy. We going to go Terry McLaurin alt 50. Terry McLaurin alt 50. We at plus 353 right now. Shit. This gonna be a motherfucking 6-legger. Does Josh Jacobs get 76 yards? How many yards Josh Jacobs have last game? Let's look it up. How many yards Josh Jacobs have last game? NFL Week 1 results. Stats. 66. And they projected him to have more. I think he might have more just simply because the game is close. Fuck, man. This is where we're going to go. I know it kind of totally goes against what I just said, but these lines are a little too close for my liking. We're going to go Austin Eckler over rushing yards. And we're going to go, how many y'all this scrub ass have yesterday last year? 160. These not. Vegas is a sneaky motherfucker. I found it. Jaden Daniels over. Because guess what? If Jaden Daniels want this fucking MVP, god damn, we ain't plus 1,000 yet. If Jaden Daniels really want this MVP tour to commence, to start, he got to catch Josh Allen, bro. He's already what? 4 total touchdowns, 3 total touchdowns behind Josh Allen. Like, nah, if we want this to be an MVP season, we can't be putting up 1 total touchdown stats. He still played a good game. Y'all don't clip this and act like I'm bashing 5. Y'all know how y'all get. God damn, bro. I got to play one more. Mike is not getting a sack tomorrow. I'm tempted to play Von Miller's sack. Because that plus 194 is a little too high for my liking. They must not have watched that game. So they must know something. Shit, bro. What we thinking? I need one more leg. What we thinking? I need one more leg. What we thinking? Bates going to line up outside on the right with Connolly. What's Debo receptions? Let's look at it. I'll let you know if I like it right now. Debo got 7 catches the other day, bro. That's a lot of fucking touches. And then we kind of work against me saying that Terry about the what's Debo's reception? Let's see. Ah, 4.5. That's a lot of juice too. Minus 138. Does Jaden Daniels have a total passing plus rushing? There we go. Jaden Daniels over 275 passing and rushing. Jaden Daniels over 275 passing and rushing. Jaden Daniels over 275 passing and rushing. Now I'm not going to lie. No, I am. This ain't a lie. I do. I got a lot of faith in this ticket, just like I had a lot of faith in my other ticket. 6-legger plus 1,131 plus, 1,131 odds. Washington Commanders plus 3.5. Terry McLaurin anytime touchdown. Terry McLaurin 50 yards on the alt receiving line. Austin Eckler over 22.5 rushing yards. You can play that up to 25 if you feel a little freaky. Jaden Daniels over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Jaden Daniels over 207. I do want to add a Packer to this leg, though, bruh. They say that they're not going to do shit. Man, fuck it. No. Josh Jacobs is not running for 76 yards on this, bro. He not. Now let's take one of these legs off. Yeah, you gotta go. God damn. All right. This is the best I can do. Plus 998. You can put a $1.50, $10.50. Turn your $10 into $100. Washington, turn your $10.50 into $100. Washington Commanders plus 3.5 on the spread. Terry McLaurin anytime touchdown. Terry McLaurin plus 50 yards. Jaden Daniels over 1.5 touchdowns. Jaden Daniels over 275 passing and rushing yards. And Josh Jacobs under 76.5 yards. How we feeling about that ticket? Ticket. Don't matter how y'all feeling. Because guess what? My joint spanked last week. I won y'all some money last week if you played it. So guess what? If I lost, I was due for one. But we not about to lose. And the Commanders not about to lose tomorrow. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. What's Terry receptions? I can look at Terry's receptions for you real quick. Terry over 4.5 catches. Only thing with Terry, bro, is that he's such a downfield threat. He can get that 50 yards that I put on the alt line in 2 catches. He almost got it in 1 catch if Jaden Daniels hit him yesterday. Yeah, that JD5 pass in the rushing. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, play it. I'm telling you, play it. Play the ticket. Because Jaden Daniels, if he is cerebral as I think he is, he gonna want to let the world know that Jordan Love ain't in his fucking league. Because Jordan Love ain't in his fucking league, bro. I'll say it one more time before we head on out for the people that's gonna play it. Plus 998 on the odds. Try to get as close to plus 1,000 as I can, but we not about to be greedy. Washington Commanders plus 3.5. If you want to play it on the money line, that'll get you over 1,000. The money line will get you over 1,000 for sure. Terry McLaurin, anytime touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 50 yards on the alt receiving line. Jaden Daniels over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Jaden Daniels over 275 rushing yards, 75.5 passing and rushing yards. That nigga go over 275 rushing yards. He gonna be on some Lamar / Adrian Peterson shit. And then Josh Jacobs under 76.5 yards. I think this is a winning ticket. Y'all go ahead and get them slips in because guess what? We got Washington Commanders football in one more slumber. So I don't want to keep you too long. Y'all go ahead, hit the sheets, pause. Hit the pillow, get some Z's. Let me not say too much before CT come for me again. I'll check in on y'all on the flip side. Like I said, though, before I head out, y'all need to do me a favor. Not only smash the like and subscribe button from this stream, smash the like on this stream, but go ahead. Y'all seen, I pushed out a lot of content. I got 3 videos in the last 2 days. I got my game recap from the Giants. Y'all go ahead and watch this before it's too late tomorrow. I got the game reaction from the Giants. I got the game day vlog. Mr. Boots on the Ground had to show you what a game day experience was like with Mr. Boots on the Ground from our week 1 experience with the Commanders playing the New York Giants at Northwest Stadium. I think it's pretty lit. I show my different sides of my personality. We got a couple fit checks in there. We got a couple different personalities giving score predictions. I feel like if you watch that video, you're gonna feel like you was at the game watching the Washington Commanders put belt to ass to the New York Giants. I appreciate y'all for watching this stream, tuning in to our second rendition of Commander Caucus. Oh, that ticket sound legit, huh, bro? I appreciate it. I'll check in on y'all on the flip side. Peace.